Hello everyone, I'm Ankita Raut, and in today's video, instead of a cryptid creature, I want to share a real life creature with you all. We have millions of species in this world, you know, but we know only a handful of them, like a lion, tiger, dog, cat, mouse, few of the creatures, but there are lots of species which are not very known but are very unique and special. So I wanted to share about those creatures as well. I did my graduation in zoology, so I really like animals and all. So I thought, since people are fascinated by animals, I want to share about some exotic animals which are quite unknown. Few people only know about them. So we can they can also get famous. So today's scripted creature, I'm sorry, today's real life animal is a very special one. I really wanted to make a video about him since several months. And today's animal is Axolotl. It's a very beautiful, cute little creature. Uh, it comes in various colors, but I really like the pink version of it the most. Uh, let's know more about this beautiful creature. Axolotls are critically endangered species. There are only thousands of them left, and these are mostly amphibians. They are like technically amphibians, but they are mostly living in underwater. They are aquatic most of the time, but they can be amphibian. They have rudimentary lungs, which they can use when they go out of the water. But mostly they prefer to live in water. So let's know more about them. Axolotl, Ambystoma mexicanum, salamander of the family Ambystomatidae, order Chordata, notable for its permanent retention of larval features such as external gills. The name axolotl is also applied to any fully grown larva of Ambystoma tigrinum, tiger salamander, that has not yet lost its external gills. Wild axolotls live exclusively in the swampy remnants of Lake Xochimilco and the canals leading to it on the southern edge of Mexico City. Axolotls once also lived in Lake Chalco, another of Mexico City's 5 Great Lakes, where the ancient Aztecs settled. But all of those lakes except Xochimilco were drained by the 1970s to prevent flooding and allow urban expansion. So, Axolotls is a part of the salamander family, and it is only found in the lake Xochimilco in Mexico City. It was a species which was only found in Mexico region, but it was found in other lakes as well. But due to urbanization, those lakes were drained, and only in Xochimilco this species has been found. And this species specialty is that it, even though it turns into an adult, it remains in its larval stage only. If you have seen a salamander has undergoes in a metamorphosis. First is it's like an egg, then it transforms into larvae and then into adult. Like butterfly, you must have seen caterpillar, metapod, and butterfly. It's the metapod. I think I'm confusing with Pokemon. But it metamorphosis is when form completely changes. In humans, babies and adult humans look similar. Even though size grows, but they mostly the shape and is more or less same. But in metamorphosis, some animals undergo metamorphosis. The shape is completely different. caterpillar and butterfly looks very different from each other. Same with salamanders. They look small egg one, larvae, and the adult are completely different looking. But in this species, it remains in its larval form only. It doesn't, even though it grows into an adult, it looks like the larva only. It doesn't look like an adult salamander. It looks like the larva of salamander. So it's a very unique in that way. So it like resembles its baby features. Some people look very young even though they are old. Same with axolotl. It maintains its youth even though it grows old. And these were mostly found during when Aztecs lived in Mexico City. Appearance: axolotls are pediomorphic or neonatic aquatic salamanders, meaning they retain certain larval characteristics in adult reproductive state. They possess feathery external gills and finned tails for swimming. Laboratory animals exist in several color morphs ranging from wild type dark mottled brownish to albino. Axolotls reach length on average of 20 cm 9 inches but can grow to more than 30 cm 12 inches in length. The sexes can be easily distinguished in adult axolotls. Males can be identified by their enlarged cloaca similar to other urodels, while females have smaller cloaca and round plump bodies. So, axolotls are pediomorphic or neonatic aquatic salamanders. That is, they remain as a larval, look like their larval stage only, even though they grow into adults. And they, pink one is the most popular of them all, pink one. But there are brown versions, greenish versions of axolotl as well. And they are a lot of them are found in laboratories because it is a very endangered species. So people are trying to protect this species. So there are many of them are kept in laboratory for their safety and to help them reproduce. So they can be more axolotls in nature in future. And they grow up to 20 to 30 centimeters, not very large. And the male and female can be easily distinguished by their cloaca. Males have larger cloaca and females are smaller. Respiration: they are aquatic, and although they possess rudimentary lungs, they breathe primarily through their gills and to a lesser extent their skin. If axolotls spend prolonged periods of time in shallow water, their gills may be absorbed and they can begin using their lungs on land. However, if axolotls are in deep water for long, they will keep their gills for the remainder of their lives or until they move to shallow water for a long period of time. So, since axolotls are amphibians, they have rudimentary lungs and they have gills, but they can sometimes respire through their skin as well. But since they are mostly aquatic, they mostly prefer to live in water. Their lungs is not fully developed. They mostly prefer to breathe through their gills. But sometimes if they are living in shallow waters, they if they have enough water in their gills, they can move to land and for time being they can use their lungs for breathing. But those who live underwater prefer to use their gills only, and their gills lungs is not that much developed. It can only sustain for a short period of time, but they can still manage to go up and down. Diet: axolotls are carnivorous. They eat everything from fish and worms to insect and crustaceans. They aren't especially picky and will eat meat and that is dead or alive. Young axolotls and those with an inadequate food supply can be cannibalistic, biting off an appendage of a nearby family member. Fortunately, thanks to the ability to regenerate, the injured axolotl can easily grow back the severed body part. So, even though these look like very cute little creatures, they are carnivorous and they eat any kind of meat which they can find, whether dead or alive. They eat insects, larvae, mollusks. They in olden times they were the like top predator of that area. And they, if there is shortage of food, they can become cannibalistic. That is, they can eat their own kind. One axolotl can eat their brother, to feed themselves. But good thing is they can regenerate their limbs. You must have seen lizards. They, even if you cut their tail, they form a new tail. So if another axolotl attacks me, if I'm axolotl and another axolotl attacks me and eats my hand off, and I will get a new hand eventually. So it's not a problem, kind of like a super powered being there, like cut their hand, new hand. Fun facts. Number 1. The name axolotl is derived from the Aztec god Xolotl, who was said to have transformed into an axolotl among other forms to avoid being sacrificed so the sun and moon could move in the sky. So this creature axolotl is been derived from a Aztec god named Xolotl. Xolotl was shape-shifting. Axolotl has shape-shifting abilities and it could transform into various kind of animals. And one of the animals was this salamander kind of creature. So people named this axolotl from him. Number 2. An axolotl skeleton is comprised mostly of cartilage. So since axolotl is a neonatal larval animal, its bones are still in cartilage form. The bones are softer. The body itself is very soft since it's like a larva. The larvas have a very soft body. Its body is also very soft and its bones are still in cartilage form. They are not like hard, like calcified, strong, hard bones. Number 3. Axolotls have amazing healing abilities. They are fully capable of complete limb regrowth. Like I said, axolotls have like a superpower. They can easily grow their body parts. Even if they lose something, they can immediately in some time start creating a new body part. It's said that even if you behead them, they still can manage to regrow their parts. Number 4. Axolotls were commonly killed for food by the Aztecs and are still eaten today in Mexico, Japan, etc. So axolotls were regarded as a delicacy, just like we nowadays eat fishes. Now in olden times, Aztecs used to eat axolotl as a food, so it was abundant in that area. But nowadays, it's not been eaten that much. But in some places like Mexico, in Japan, it is regarded as an expensive delicacy, and they eat this creature. Research. Axolotl's trademark talents is its ability to regrow almost any body part: feet, legs, arms, tails, even bits of heart and brain. And they don't stop with regeneration of their own body parts. All sorts of organs, including eyes, can be transplanted between axolotls without rejection by the recipient body's immune system. In 1968, researchers showed that they could even transplant the head of one axolotl to another axolotl and it functioned normally. The combination of these abilities make axolotls attractive model organisms for scientists. In 2018, researchers discovered another oddity about axolotls. their genome is enormous at about 32 billion pairs of DNA nucleotides. Axolotl genome dwarfs the human genome, which is about 10 times smaller, and ranks as the largest animal genome sequenced from beginning to end so far. Researchers are wading through the genome to uncover the secrets behind axolotls' regenerative abilities. So, since axolotls in a specialty is regrowing their limbs and body parts, even if you cut their body part, they can grow a new thing. So now scientists are very much fascinated by this. They are like trying to find out how they are able to do it. How they got this ability to do it, and they are doing various experiments on them. And in 1968, one researcher had you transplanted one axolotl's head onto another axolotl, and they the animal was still alive and functioning properly. The recipient easily took it without having any problems. So it's a very big deal. A lot of times when we do transplants, sometimes the recipient's body, the one who is receiving, doesn't accept a new body part. So it kind of there is some clash going on, and sometimes the body part is not accepted, and there is some infection. So this also but in axolotl's case, they easily accept each other's body parts. So scientists are trying to figure out how they do it. And in 2018, they found out that the axolotls have 32 billion DNA nucleotide pairs in it, which is much larger than human genome. Even humans don't have this many DNA nucleotide. So there are it's very fascinating when maybe this some of these DNAs has given axolotl the ability to regrow body parts. So if we kind of figure out how they did it, so maybe in future humans can also regrow their body parts. Maybe in nowadays we have some people who lose their arms, legs in accidents. So we use either prosthetic or robotic arms. But in future, maybe if human can figure out how axolotls can regenerate body parts or can accept each other body parts, if we know how to figure out, then maybe future humans can also regrow their arms, or at least accept other people's body part. Many people die in an accident, but many people are left handicapped. So those who died can give their body parts to those who have lost their become handicapped. So kind of their part is also still alive in the new recipient. So it's a very I know it seems very gruesome. Lot of people are now not very comfortable with the idea of animals being used for experiments. But as cruel as it seems, we have reached this level of success due to these experiments. So even though it's kind of cruel, but it's done with good intentions. So hopefully if we do manage to find out the reasons, maybe future humans will have a better life. They can won't have to face the same problems which we have. Handicap won't be an issue in future because we will have the ability to get a new arm instantly. So positive for the future. Conservation. The International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN, considers axolotls critically endangered and their population declining. A more recent survey in 2015 found about 35 individuals per square kilometer. Pollution has been particularly detrimental to the species. Poor waste regulations and increasing tourism in Mexico City means that trash, plastics, heavy metals, and high levels of ammonia spilled from waste treatment plants clog the canals where the salamanders live. A substantial captive population exists in research labs around the world, accounting for several thousand individuals. Axolotls are regarded as a critically endangered species. They are almost on the verge of extinction. It is only found in Mexico, and in Mexico also it's found in only Xochimilco Lake, and there also it is only 35 per kilometer, which is very very low. So in order to protect these species, lot of them are taken in research labs, where they are being conserved. They are like scientists are trying to reproduce them, so there is large population of them, so they can be introduced back to nature, and they can thrive in other areas as well. But they cannot scientists cannot immediately put it in other areas, because it can become an invasive species, or maybe it cannot thrive in other areas. So but people are trying their best to revive this creature, because it's a very beautiful and fascinating creature. It's like a god which can create its body parts. It's a very special kind of very beautiful creature. Very if you see a real life axolotls, there are lots of videos on YouTube, and a very cute little species and a very unique one. So there are multiple colors as well, but I like the pink one. I have mostly seen axolotls in pink version, but there are like brown and greenish one. Those are also very beautiful. And they mostly live underwater, and some people have them as pets. So that also helps. If you are a good pet owner, if you have the ability to take care of this beautiful species, you can have this as a pet. Take good care of it. Maybe you can help axolotl species grow. You can find 2 axolotls, and maybe you can start a axolotl family. You can help this species, since it is having hard time. Humans gave it a very hard time. And did you like this creature? Have you heard about axolotls? It is some people know it. It's very popular, but lot of them don't know it. If you have an axolotl, please let me know. Please share your info about axolotls, what their specialties, something fun facts about axolotls. If you have, please share your axolotl story. And I did you like the new setup? Since people want a bedroom setup only, they like the natural simple one. So I thought I would try to make the setup little bit nicer. So I just brought in my beautiful house plant, my beautiful one. I thought of wanted to add some new aesthetic to this to my bedroom, and I don't have any fancy kind of bedroom. In big YouTubers, they have like lighting and all the expensive things kept here. I have a small room. I cannot keep too many things, and I need to be in the opposite direction of the tube light, since I don't have other lighting stuff. So I was thinking, what should I do to add a new good look aesthetic? And then I saw my plant and thought, plants are beautiful. I will keep my plant over here for my videos. Don't worry, it's safely kept, and I don't disturb it. It's only there for a few hours, then it returns back to its original position. It's very lightweight. It's an areca plant or friends from around the world. Areca is saying hi. It doesn't have a name. Maybe you can give it a name. It feels good to have a living creature. So hope you like this new setup. Hope you like Areca, and I will be making more exotic animals once, since I like always wanted to make something related to wildlife, since I'm very much in a wanted to be a wildlife researcher in a but I couldn't get a wildlife job, so I decided to become a painter, something which I was good at. And, but I really like this thing and I wanted to share info about them, and hopefully you like them, and I will be making more of them. And if you have any suggestions of about exotic animals, some unique species which are unknown but you want me to share about them, please let me know. I will make a video about them, and see you next week. Bye.